Hi, everybody. I hope you're all right. Welcome back to another class. We're gonna start with our book finally. Have you got the book, guys, or not yet?
No yet.
Not yet. Okay. Just remember that you've got this week because we will be using, we'll try to do both books, but mainly the student's book. All right. The
Okay.
student's book. Okay, so we start with Unit 7. Am I right? According to our calendar that I set the other day, and we will be uh, using the student's book as well as some days, other days, we will be using the workbook, and maybe one day we'll dedicate to the online platform, New Headway Online, right? So best year of your lives, best years of your life. So in the grammar, we've got verb patterns, body language, you put thing, everyday English. Reading, there's a reading about the school Prince Charles Luthet. Yeah. Then listening, best of friends. And writing, there's a writing, arguing for or against. No. So as you can see, look at the photo. How does it fit with the unit title? This is the title, Best Years of Your Life. So do you think they are having the best years of their life, these guys? But,
Um,
uh-huh.
I think they look kind of bored or like mad even. So I don't think they're having the best years of their life.
Okay, yes, it's valid. Thank you, Camila. What about you, Candy and Katie? You're together. I'm guess that you are in the same computer, right? So what do you think about this photo, these guys?
Hi, teacher. Hi, teacher. Yes, I think they look so boring.
How old do you think they are? How
They look
old?
like teenagers.
Teenagers.
Yeah, probably. So the best years of your life? Do you agree? Do you remember when you were a teenage boy or girl? When you were around 13, 15 years old?
I kind of remember. It's like a blur, like at this point.
Like a blur, like a black spot in my head, no? Like a black spot in my mind. I really can't remember what I did. Well, in my case, I would say it was one of the best years in my life. But for them, they don't look. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like the best time of their life, no? All right. So youth, let's read this quote. It says, "Youth is wasted on the young." Kind of tricky, no? Youth means that young people in general, no? Juventud is wasted, no? Wasted is like when we don't trash or rubbish, it is that in that context, no? Desperdiciar, the young, ¿no? La juventud se desperdicia o es desperdiciada en los jóvenes. Do you agree on this?
No,
Not at all. Why so?
uh, well, I think that you learn so many things with the years or growing up, and well, I don't know. Maybe if we had wisdom in our youth, we make all things get, I don't know,
Uh-huh.
awful.
Yes, Pavel, were you wanna say something? Well, I agree with uh, Paulina. You were the one who talked about it, no? Who mentioned something, no? As we grow up, we are learning things. I wouldn't say that it's wasted, but we are learning. Sometimes we make or commit mistakes, but it's not the end of the world. We can uh, learn in order to be a better person later on our life, no, on our young adulthood. Some of you may be in the young adulthood. All right, no worries. If you can't remember when you were a teenager, you'll remember in a moment. No, let's watch the introduction. As I said, in at the beginning of each unit, there is an introduction part. No, I'll turn off my camera so you can see. So the video is better. It has better quality.
Welcome to Unit 7. I don't think my school years were the best years of my life. I preferred university, even though I had lots of exams and pressure there. What about you? What were your school years like? In this unit, we'll look at verb patterns. You'll practice these by sharing some stories from your teenage years. Listening and speaking looks at friendship. You will listen to people describing how they met and why they became friends. And you'll discuss what friendship means to you. Do you know anyone who has been to boarding school? In Reading and Speaking, there's a fascinating article about a British boarding school where Prince Charles was once a pupil. You'll find out about his time there and how he felt about it. You can also watch an exciting video about a small theatre school where the students have got big dreams. How many English words do you know for parts of the body? In the vocabulary section, you'll review parts of the body and focus on verbs and idioms you can use with these words. In Everyday English, we'll look at useful phrases you can use to react naturally in all kinds of different situations. You can go online to review material or to consolidate the language and skills from the unit. Are you ready? Let's get started.
So it was just the introduction. As you can see, during this unit, we will be checking verb patterns. No, in a moment, I'll explain what is it about. I already uploaded and shared something on Classroom and as well on WhatsApp group, so you can check it later with calm. You can read, have a look at it. But anyways, we'll be reading that tomorrow. We'll read it with calm. In the meantime, verb patterns, discuss these questions first with a partner and then with a class. No, let's discuss with your partners first. Yeah. What were your best word subjects at school? Can you remember subjects when we talk about geography, maths, biology, chemistry, history? There are lots, no? Have you taken a lot of exams in your life? How did you do? Well, you can say, I did well. In my case, my exams are my nemesis. Every time I have an exam, I got really, really nervous. It is very stressing. Well, I can't stand. And sometimes I answer badly, even if I know the answer. It happens, no? When you are doing your exam, you have previously you've been prepared, but when there is this exam day, your brain is in blank, no? It's totally lost. How do you feel about exams? Are you good at revising? Do you get nervous? Yes, and why not? Okay, so I'll put you in pairs, right? And then you discuss this question. Okay. After discussing this question with your partner, can you do exercise number 3? Read these sentences about the people. Which two verbs or phrases can fill the gap? Yeah, this like the example that you've got there. BG usually have no problem. First, you read these people quotes, no, or saying, right, about Beat, about Ted, and Winston. And but before doing that, discuss this question. Okay, do we understand what we're doing, guys?
Yes.
Perfect. So exercise, the starter, and the colorful exercise. Just give me a second. I'll put you in pairs. I already shared my the pages on WhatsApp. Wait a minute. Let me look for the section group. Okay, perfect. Remember, click join so you can join the group, the pair. Practice.
So I think my worst subject at school is physics. I'm not really good at it, and I find it really hard. And my best subject is chemistry because I love chemistry. I find it so fun and amazing. What about you?
I was very good at biology, and my worst was also math. I don't understand anything.
It's kind of confusing when you get to calculus. So,
Yes, such
Uh, I had many exams in my life.
Hello, and you girls?
Okay. Yeah, I'm first. How do you feel about the exam? Are you good? Recession? Do you get nervous?
I'm very nervous. I get nervous always.
Yes, it's normal.
Yes. And you?
Yes, I have a nervous. Uh, mm, my subject favorite is philosophy, and we have a lot of exams.
Okay.
Yes, you can continue, guys. Exercise 3. If you finish exercise 1, you can continue.
like for one of the applications because I thought that if I didn't took like extra classes, maybe I wouldn't made it. So it helped a lot.
Yeah, that's great. What are you studying now?
Right now, I got into la UAM and I'm studying diseño molecular y nanoquímica.
Wow, it sounds so interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot with chemistry, which I like. So we're starting. So I hope I don't get too much trouble during the whole career.
In which semester are you?
I'm in first semester. I just got in.
Just starting. Oh my God. That's, well, it sounds amazing.
Hi, hiya. Are you revising exercise 3, girls?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, have you
We start.
finished as well?
No, no, no.
Remember, you can read one-on-one. No, you can read one-on-one from here. So you can say, I think it's letter A and letter B. No, she wants to forget, and letter B, she tries to forget. Yeah, you can say that. No, it doesn't matter if you are wrong or right. Yeah, so just participate, read together as a group the sentence.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, who starts?
Me, Kat. The second, I think, is the B. She tries.
Can you read it, please? The whole.
She tries to forget the distrust Cocker exam. And the second, she wasn't to forget the distraction cookie exam.
She wants, okay. Yeah, what about you, Pavel?
Yes, Norwa,
Nowadays?
nowadays she
Hi,
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
have you finished
Yes.
this one as well? The exercise number 3?
Oh
Oh,
no.
Okay, so focus on this, please. You can read it one-on-one. I think she wants to forget, and I think it's letter B or C. And then
Oh, okay.
you move on, no, Paulina and Camila.
okay.
No worries.
Thank you.
I'll give you 5 minutes and then we'll go back, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Remember, every time that you are in groups or pairs, participate, read together, check the examples. If you aren't sure about the answer, no worries. You can ask your partner and use wisely your time. All right, so let's say number 2, it is actually the first two. You can't say can't in this case. She can't to forget, never is used can before, sorry, after can, the preposition to, never. Yeah. Number 3, what do you think? What letters nowadays? Letter
Letter B. And
A?
A
And C.
and C, all of them. Well, one is incorrect, only can't stand and doesn't enjoy. Yeah, can't stand. She can't stand cooking fish pie. Can't stand is a synonym of I can't tolerate or I hate. Another synonym, I hate or I can't tolerate. Maybe because of the smell or something like that. No? Number 4. Which one do you think? A and B, A and C, B and C, only B, only A. Which one?
Is B.
D? There is no D. B?
Yes, B. I think it's B.
What about the other?
And A.
A. Well, actually, it's not B. We omit B. It's A and C. Yeah, she remembers or she doesn't regret. Either of them. Number 5, his tutors.
A and C.
A and C. Another option. Actually, it is A and B. Persuaded him it needs something. Yeah, a preposition to. Let him continue or make him continue his study. Both are correct, A and B. And number 6, which one do you think?
B and A.
Yes, exactly. A and B. Tells his students not to behave like him. Behave, comportarse. He warns. It is like les dice o advierte. That's another synonym. Number 7, Winston. What do you think?
Letter B.
Or use letter B? Only letter B? Maybe it's just letter B. Okay, no worries. I'll check in a moment. He.
C and B.
This one? This one?
Yeah.
All right. It could be both, 3 of them, maybe. All right, we'll check in a moment. He, finally, he.
Letter B.
Letter B.
Letter B. Okay, so let's check answers. Almost correct. Is no, this no. Didn't mind. Is like that. Okay, let me clear the page so we can see the answers. So number 2, A and B. Number 3, can't stand and doesn't enjoy. Correct. Remembers and doesn't regret. Let and make. Correct. Tells and wants. And this doesn't matter and used to like taking exam. Was encouraged and was expected. And finally, the last two. He decided to become a TV reporter, or was advised. Mhm. All right. So depending on the word, it can be followed either by infinitive or a preposition to, or ing form, or infinitive like that. Uh-huh. So we'll check that in a moment, all right? Any questions about vocabulary from here? Words that you don't understand or expressions that you don't understand?
No, I think everything is clear.
Crystal clear as water, but in the exam, that's the main issue. Hopefully it doesn't apply. All right. Well, we didn't check the next page. It is actually a reading, no? It says, read and listen to 3 people describing their worst ever exam. Answer the questions. Why does Biddy hate making fish pie? Why is Ted pleased to have a terrible exam result? What was Winston's dream? Stop him from fulfilling it. Yeah, and then we have some expression. Can you help me reading the first expression, Pavel, please, about this BD? Is it?
Yes. Each year science, I took any exams, but I can still remember.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry, Pavel. Only this phrase. Is it possible?
Okay. Remember feeling?
Only this.
Okay. Remember feeling?
No. This one. Is it possible? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Here, this phrase.
Yes.
Can you read it, please?
Yes. It is possible to file a cookie exam.
Okay, correct. Thank you. Paulina, can you help me with the second phrase or the second expression?
My poor exam result helped me to help my own students.
All right. And finally, Winston, what did Winston Lauren say? Camila?
I didn't want to be called a SWAT.
SWOT. Okay. We'll revise that word in a moment. All right. So listen. As you listen, you read the text.
I have a question. What is SWOT?
I'll tell you.
Want to be.
I'll tell you in a moment.
Okay.
First, listen and then read. Right? You can underline all the vocabulary words or expressions that you don't understand. Yes, or remember the expressions that you don't understand. Wait.
Biddy Arnott.
It's years since I took any exams, but I can still remember feeling sick with fear before each one. I was a bit of a nerdy student. I always did my homework and revised hard, so usually I didn't find it too difficult to pass exams. That's why the memory of the one exam I failed makes me shudder to this day. It was my domestic science exam. Well, at least that's what they used to call it in those days. It was, in fact, a cookery exam. And who could possibly fail that? I know all we ever learned to make in class were ginger biscuits and spaghetti bolognese, but I'm still not sure how I managed to fail. All I can remember is that one minute the fish pie was in my hands, the next it was face down on the floor. I tried to pick up the bits and arrange them in another dish, but it was hopeless, and I knew it. I failed miserably, my worst ever result. Ironically, today I am quite a good cook. I just hate making fish pie.
Ted Stockton.
I'm a teacher, and I think it's good to be able to say to my shocked students, I once got 9% in an exam. That was what I scored in the chemistry exam at the end of my first year at university. My other results weren't much better. I only just managed to get enough marks overall to allow me to continue to the second year. Actually, the dismal mark was no surprise. I'd had a ball in my first year and neglected my studies. But 9%. My tutors expected me to do better than that. The good thing was that I realised that my choice of degree was a big mistake, and I decided to change course and study English literature. A great decision because it resulted in me becoming a teacher. And when I want to warn my students about the dangers of not working hard, I tell them about my 9%.
Winston Laurent.
I wasn't a star pupil, but I was good at taking exams. I was particularly good at maths and physics, and I dreamed of becoming an astronaut. I hoped to be the first black guy on Mars. Failing that, a stockbroker in the city and make millions. Our maths teacher let us work at our own speed, and by the time I was 14, I was years ahead of the rest of my class. My teacher encouraged me to take the advanced level maths exam at 14, but I was worried about being called a swot, so I refused to. I stopped working so hard. Then, when I finally took the exam at 18, I failed miserably. I could no longer look forward to being an astronaut or a stockbroker. I studied politics and sociology instead, and finally became a TV news reporter. I love it, but I'd have preferred to walk on Mars.
Okay, so lots of strange words and expressions over there, right? So first we go into some of them here. Nerdy is a person who is a nerd or is a person who is very intellectual. Some people say it in a despective way. Sometimes it isn't despective. I wouldn't say nerdy student is despective, but it's a smart person or a person who is dedicated to study, who works hard. It makes me shudder. It makes me shudder. Why the memory of the one exam I failed, it makes me shudder. Like every time I remember that, it makes me like feel really bad, or it makes me feel shaky. Yes, or it got on my nerve, there's a translation, como que me pone de pelos o me pone me tiembla, ¿no? Me tiemblo cada vez que me acuerdo, ¿no? It would be like that. Another question that you've got from here. This BD Arnold.
I have a question.
Yes.
When she says that she revised hard, she means like study hard. Okay. I didn't know you could use like that expression.
Which one?
Revise.
Revise?
It's like to study hard.
Yes, to study, to reread, revise hard.
Okay.
Next part, I'm a teacher. I think it's good to be able to say I'm shocked to my students. Any questions here about vocabulary? No?
No.
Dismal, depressing. This word, dismal, depressing. Depressing, because he got 9%. It is very depressing, very sad. Sometimes you feel ashamed. Okay, next part. I wasn't a star pupil. Pupil is an old-fashioned word for saying student. No, student, like the best student. I wasn't the best student. Okay, I'll finish the class, but not. Can you connect again because of the time? Can you connect again, please?